Hello and welcome to a new episode of Darki Explains. In this episode, I want to explain the class of warriors and what are the most important warriors you can get and why they are so nice and important in the game and how you should wall them. So let's start. The important warrior for me is Ezekiel. His leader trait, regal authority, is to prevent attacks from enemies, and if they want to attack you, Ezekiel will give them an attack. So if that's a normal walker, you always don't get attacked in this case. But if it is a tank or a not stunnable enemy and the enemy couldn't push back with the Morning Star, then you will get attacked. So he will do this preemptively attack, but the enemy couldn't push back and will attack you. So that's when you only have the normal Morning Star without interrupter threat. So there exists another one with luck and this interrupter, and if the interrupt occurs, you could also stop the tank or unstunnable walker in this case. So this interrupter is also increased by luck. So if you have this 20% luck and the warrior has 20% luck and you wear the lucky armor like this. I don't have luck at the moment for Ezekiel because I often play with him in the lead and beta wears the interrupter Morning Star. But with this setup, warrior has luck and you wear the lucky vest and also the lucky interrupter Morning Star, you have an, I think, over 97% possibility to stop the unstunnable enemy. So how should you roll your warrior? I think it's also depends on your playstyle. If you just run with your warrior, you don't need power strike. You could use stun and strong instead. The warrior has a higher base damage, and you could also use weakening and perseverance, and with this both threats you get really good charged also without luck. But if you also have luck on the warrior, you are fully charged, I think, every turn or mostly of the turns. So it's very good to have both threats, perseverance and weakening. But you should know, if you have also power strike in your setup, this power strike is also good for your Morning Star. So how does power strike works? The damage is higher when you don't move before you're hit. So when you see this 43 more damage, that's one point, but you also have a higher chance of critical hit. And with the Morning Star, and so in combination with the Morning Star Power Strike is a very nice threat for Morning Star, because this higher critical chance is just used in case when the enemy don't get a body shot. So if this decision is clear, you have the second decision: is it a normal hit or is it a critical hit? Maybe you could watch my video about power razor and piercing reps, and as you can see in this second decision, there will decide is it a normal hit or is it a critical hit. And if it is a critical hit, the damage is much more, because batches of critical damage will also increase this. So here, for example, this batch will increase this damage, and the normal hit is just this damage which stands here, increased by power strike damage. So for me, a normal warrior needs power strike if he wears a Morning Star. So, and you could decide the other 3 threats, and I think the midway is to take Weakening, Ruthless, Luck and Power Strike. This is the midway. In this case, which has a Seki in mind, he don't have Luck, but if I don't play with him in lead, he will wear the Interrupter Morning Star, so he also needs Luck. So it's also a decision: did you have an Interrupter Morning Star or not? So if you haven't, you maybe don't need Luck and use both charging threats, Weakening and Perseverance. So let's come to the other important warrior. I think the second important warrior is Beta, with his leader threat to hurt walkers. So if you pass them, you see them shine yellow, and if they shine yellow, you could hurt them, and you could get a charge point if you passing this walkers, and with Luck this chance is increased. So a Beta needs Luck, and I think this is the optimal combination of threats for Beta. And also for Michonne. Michonne is also a very important warrior, but I think Tyrese will get more important in mid game. Maybe Tyrese isn't so helpful, but Michonne, because when she kills, she could get an extra attack, and so she could be good in mid game and also reduce the threat. So she makes more sense in mid game, but in end game I think Tyrese is better, because his leader threat made to suffer. He creates buff circles, so in this circle the enemy will get damage, and the enemy just walk one space, so like crippled enemies, and this makes him very useful in high levels where you don't need to kill walkers but stop them to get you. So he is for me the third importantest warrior, but his leader threat don't need Luck. maybe to get charged. Could make sense to give him luck, but he don't need this in his leader thread. But you have to know also primed armors, which should also wear Ezekiel, because he could stab 2 walkers in this case. So one with his leader thread and the second with his primed vest. And this chance is also increased by luck. So just keep in mind, you push also other threads with luck, and so you have to find a good combination which makes your playstyle make it even better. So when I don't play with Ezekiel and later when I'm on max level, then I will also give him luck back, because he will wear the interrupter Morningstar. So okay, I think I explained most of, and I hope it is now all clear, and see you, bye.